That's what I'm wondering. We're live, Danny. Welcome back. We're back. First voice crack already.
Yes, we
It
are.
is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. We are 3 days away from college football returning. Week 0 is upon us. Danny, just you and me today. Just like the old days.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the old days, just the duo. I think Trevor's asleep. Connor's at a football game. Can't blame him for that. We're coming off the Ohio State National Championship after the first year of the 12-team playoff. A bunch of superstars have left the sport. A bunch of freshmen waiting to take their spot. Danny, how are we feeling for week 0?
Shooter. That's how we're feeling. That's the energy that we're bringing to this season. A chance to repeat, a chance, not even to repeat, a chance. Just so much is happening, right? We're at the top of the college football world on one moment, right? We just killed Tennessee. We killed Texas. Not really. We killed Oregon. We beat Texas. We beat Notre Dame. But at the same time, you can look at it and say you lost to Michigan. You haven't won the Big Ten since me and you were in high school.
Yeah.
And you're playing the number 1 team. You're not even number 1 coming into this. You got a new quarterback nobody knows about. There's so many different levels you can take this. So even though they are the defending champ, it feels like we have a lot to prove, and I love it because sometimes that defending champ can really weigh on you, and then you look up and you're barely in the playoffs. So I think they're still hungry. That'll be the biggest thing, stay hungry. But for the rest of the college football world, I think this is one of the most wide open years. Penn State, Texas, Ohio State, I don't think there's a favorite in one of those. And Ohio State plays Texas, Ohio State plays Penn State. You're going to see it. It's going to play out.
I know.
Ohio State might play Penn State 3 times.
Today's episode, we're going to discuss week 0 slate, our predictions for the Power 4 conferences. Danny's going to ice out on some haters in the comments. But, we're ready. We're ready to rock and roll. Danny, is there anywhere you want to start?
You want to start with week 0 or kind of – you give me the prompts, and I'll let you know how my brain is on August 20th.
I guess we could look at week 0 just to start. There's not too many games this weekend, but there's a big one going on in Dublin, Ireland, between the Battle of Farmageddon?
Farmageddon, yeah.
I believe that's this week. Going all the way to Dublin to play that conference game. I'm trying to find my score app right now, but it should be a fun game. I think that's probably the best week 0 game we've had. And
I'd agree.
I think since they've been doing the cross country game.
Which is this the second? No, this is the 3rd year, right? Notre Dame, Navy, Florida State, Georgia Tech,
Nebraska Northwestern also was there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, this weekend will be
for probably about 6-7 years now, but the Ireland is new.
Yeah, relatively, yeah. It's number 22 Iowa State playing number 17 Kansas State. Kansas State favored by 3 points. The total is 51.5. Kicking off at noon. Oh, that's interesting. It'll be nighttime there, I'm assuming? Or 8 p.m., 6 p.m.?
I believe it's 6 hours ahead.
So, yeah. So it's about 6 p.m. there. It should be a fun one. Avery Johnson's still at Kansas State. They're both 2 teams fighting for the Big 12 championship this year. And I think probably the most wide open conference. Both teams definitely want to get off to a fast start. It's got to be weird going halfway across the world in week 0 to play a conference game. I don't know.
They're going from the middle of America. Not that it really is that big of a difference, but Florida State and Georgia Tech, both East Coast. I mean, they're another hour difference. So for them, it's 7 hours,
Right.
I don't know if that really matters after a certain point, but AJ, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
What's your feeling? Do you wish this week 0 game was at Kansas State or at Iowa State? Do you wish it was neutral but in America? Do you like the Ireland idea? And counter part two of that question, do you think it does what they're trying to do, which is spread the love of the game internationally?
It definitely does. It does spread across because you saw last year it was Florida State, Georgia Tech. And the wrestler Sheamus, big white, pale guy.
Yep.
He's from Ireland, went across the country, was cheering for Georgia Tech for the upset. And when it happened in his home country, he's been a fan since then. He's been supporting them ever since, which is pretty cool when you think back and look at it. I think conference games should be played home and home, no neutral sites, no across the world.
Yeah, it means too much. But at the same time, at least we got like a legit, meaningful game. I mean, Georgia Tech and Florida State was a good game, but I mean, at the time, it wasn't. I mean, it ended up being Georgia Tech was better, but at the time, it was Florida State, who barely missed the playoffs. Are they going to have a good year? And then like a 6-win Georgia Tech rolling in, which is not how it ended up panning out. But, so going into it, nobody even gave it the hype. Year before that was the Navy and Notre Dame game. You kind of knew, like, this one. I think it ended up being like 42-6. You kind of knew. So it is cool that's my thing. If you're going to try and expand the idea and the love of the game, you got to give them a good game. And I think this is going to be a hell of a game. Not to jump to my prediction, but this is going to be a one-score game.
Oh, absolutely. Two of the top four.
Parlay in for it. Made it like 2 days ago.
Two of the top four teams predicted to win the Big 12. Kansas State and Iowa State. Mm-hmm. There's probably, what would you say, maybe 10, 11 teams that you could logistically and realistically see winning the Big 12 this year.
It's so wide open, which is normally wide open every year, but every now and then there's that one outlier. This year, Arizona State is returning Sam Leavitt. Kansas State, what's his name? I'm blanking on the quarterback.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah, Avery Johnson's returning, so those two are obviously high. BYU just brought in a new quarterback. So you're kind of there's there's 3 or 4 that you could probably make a solid argument that are ahead, but look up and by October, they're all going to be one loss in conference.
Yeah, as far as like a quarterback league too, this is the most fun I think that we have out of all the Power 4. You have Avery Johnson, Rockdo Beck, Keaton Slayton went to Colorado, Brendan Sorsby for Cincinnati. Hell of a player. He might be the breakout player this year. Going through, you have Sawyer Robertson at Baylor. Who was it? The BYU left. He transferred to Tulane. So they're replacing him this year with Jake Retzloff, who's a senior. From top to bottom, I think there's even people we're missing. I think Texas Tech just got a new guy. Utah got Utah was going to be good. They got – who was it? Where did he come from?
I don't know, but he can move.
Devin Dampierre.
Yeah. Athlete.
Yeah, they're going to be awesome.
I got him on the game. We suck. We're like 1-3. But I'm going to tell you what, he gets his rushing yards.
He does. A lot of picks, I'm assuming, too.
Yeah, a lot of picks, which could be me.
A first comment shown of the year. Shout out Connor.
Yeah.
Don't know where you are. No show in the first pod. We need the original setup, Coach Don. I think he's missing the couch and the Christmas tree and the ambience of the living room.
Yeah,
look. Danny is debuting Buckeye stripe.
Yeah. So this is the thing, Connor, and I know it's going to be kind of hard to relate, but when you actually win a national championship, what you do is you make upgrades. So this is my upgrade. But
yeah, and if every game wins, it's going to be a picture of Connor slapped on that wall like a helmet sticker.
Yeah, we'll get the Connor moments, the Connor face.
Yeah. Got to.
You'll have to take this weekend's one.
So thumbs down. See if I can switch this here.
Hey, Connor, go Oak Hills. That's where he is.
Oh, shit.
He's at the Oak Hill Edgewood game.
Yes. But, yeah, week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State. Do you have a prediction, a winner for that game? Or are you just going to go off 5?
I do. I just like Kansas State's offense a little more. I think both defenses. I think defense plays better early, and just about anybody, any team. I think defense. It's the first to really click in training camp. It's just kind of the easiest to click first. I think. So I lean on that. I lean towards a lower scoring game. I lean a 24-21 Kansas State victory. I like their quarterback, to be honest. That's what it boils down to.
You're taking Kansas State, you said?
Yeah. I actually have a parlay in for them already. Like I said, I've been pretty on it.
Yeah.
I got them under 26.5 total points. I gave them an alternate spread of 2.5. And something else. Oh, I took the under on the game, which I think was 49.5. 24-21 hits all those, and that's why I think it's
yeah.
So
I'm actually going against you, not just because I like to do that, but I have Iowa State. I did the Big 12, my Big 12 predictions on a sheet about a week ago, and I had Rocco Beck. I like the defense. I like all the returners they have. They have the most returning production, I think, in all of college football based on. I think they're hungry. They're coming off of a Big 12 championship loss where they just missed the playoffs, which is crazy for them to say. Yeah. But someone's got to go to the playoff from that conference, and I think they're going to go out there, start it up hot. I think Kansas State kind of digs himself in a early. Do they rebound? You'll have to wait and see it for predictions. Shout out someone's father. Love the helmet stripe boy. Shout out, Dan. Longtime listener.
Years of listening.
Listening to you blabbing in the garage. Yeah. But yeah, we're excited. Other week 0 games. I think there's only 4 other ones. We have Idaho State taking on UNLV. Dan Mullen's debut.
Yeah, UNLV, man. They could be something this year. So I think that's a worthy watch. Maybe not game-wise, but UNLV scouting.
I think they'll come back up before this episode's over as far as someone's. And we go on to – this is a sleeper game. Fresno State going to Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas 13-point favorites. Jalen Daniels comes back for his last year at Kansas.
I feel like he's been there a while.
Yeah, and then they got – Devin Neal got drafted. He's gone. So they had to replace him with who? LaShawn Williams, backup running back to Caleb Johnson last year from Iowa, who don't sleep on him because him and Daniel Henshaw Jr., they're going to be a nice 1-2 combo in the backfield for the Big 12 and Kansas Jayhawks. Another team who's in the top 8 for favorites to win the Big 12. So that'll be a fun little early season game. That's at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday night. You have Western Kentucky taking on Sam Houston. And then in the Holy Land, the Islands, Stanford, ACC, somehow an ACC school, still baffles me. Stanford going to Hawaii. Danny, do you know who's favored in that game?
I'd say Hawaii.
Hawaii's favored by 2.5.
Yeah.
Kicks off at 7:30 p.m. I don't know the time difference there. It's got to be only like 4 hours, right?
I think it's also 6 hours. I used to have family that lived in Honolulu.
6 hours. That'll be kicking off 1:30 p.m. local time, 7:30 our time. And then we have week 1 after that. And there's some good games in week 1, especially Thursday night. I'm ecstatic for Nebraska-Cincinnati. That game is going to be awesome. It's played at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, not a fan of.
Technically a home game for Cincinnati, but
technically a home game
for Nebraska. Yeah, it'll be fun. I think 2 teams that are trying to be sleepers to most people in the country, but I don't know, that'll be fun. I think we should go from here and do our full predictions for the Power 4 conferences as far as breakout player, sleeper team, and then conference championship and conference title pick. And then we'll go from there, and then we'll give our team playoff predictions at the very end.
I like it.
Do you want to start in the ACC?
Yep.
All right, Danny, do you want to lead us off? Who your sleeper team this year in the ACC?
Look, a lot of people are disrespecting, right? You're talking about Pitt. You're talking about Bill Belichick in North Carolina, right? A lot of people are talking about Clemson. They're going to be good. Fuck y'all, okay? Louisville is the definition of consistency. They get a really big chance, November 14th, at home, at night. Yeah, I'm already going, okay? We're going to be loud down there. Clemson coming to town on a Friday night. Watch out. That will be the telltale sign for both Louisville and Clemson. I think Clemson's going to roll in, I believe, 9-0. I think Louisville's probably rolling in 7-2. So careful there. So I got Louisville for my sleeper team. I feel like everybody forgets them. And every year they're right there. They're right there. 2 years ago they were in it, and they almost beat a great Florida State team.
Yeah, just missing their starting quarterback and could only put up, 100 yards instead of offense. But yeah, so you picked Louisville as your sleeper, correct?
Yes, Louisville.
Staying local. I don't hate it. My sleeper team.
Miller Moss.
Yes.
That was like a kick. Yeah. To get out.
Couple sleeper teams I got. The first one, it's not going to be like conference championship contending. I do like Virginia and Tony Elliott this year. I think they'll be bowl eligible at least. I think they're going to upset a lot of people.
For them.
Yeah, huge. I have them starting out 4-0, which would be when you start out 4-0. I don't care who you played. I don't care what you played. When you start at 4-0 in a new college football season and you've been terrible, you start to believe. That's what Indiana did last year. Yep. You start to believe, and then they'll face Florida State on the road, and then you play Louisville, and then you get a bye week. So I think they'll be 4-2 the bye week, and I think they finish the season 7-5. They do have some tough games. They have to go travel a lot. They got to play North Carolina, then go to Cal, and then back all the way back to North Carolina, which would be tough for them, or back to Virginia. So it would be tough, but I do like the 7-5 appeal to it. Go ahead.
So you have them beating Coastal Carolina and Virginia.
Yep.
At North Carolina State. That's going to tell a lot. Then they play William and Mary. And Stanford.
Stanford at home. I have them winning all 4 games, starting out 4-0.
And then they got Florida State, Louisville, Washington State, North Carolina, Cal, Wake Forest, Duke, and then the Tech game. Yeah.
I do have them. They'll be 6-5. I have them against Virginia Tech. They'll have a bye week just before that.
Yep.
Virginia Tech's going to be playing at Florida State, and then they'll have Miami at home.
Yep.
I feel like those are 2 back-to-back tough games for Virginia Tech to come back from, and then you play your rival, who's going to be dying to beat you. You get them at home, last game of the season. Virginia Tech, they both 6-5, both be bowl eligible. I think it just comes down to pride and who wants it more. And I think Virginia, they're hungry. Tony Elliott, I like the fact that he played football there. They brought him back to be the coach. He's kind of on the hot seat, so he needs to turn something around. And I think this is a big statement year. Being 7-5 after the slop they've been doing the last few years, it'd be good to see.
Yeah, and
that's my perspective. Yes.
What's that rivalry game look like the last couple of years? I'm trying to look it up. I know that for a while Tech beat them for like 14 years straight.
That was a long one.
And then I think in 2019 Virginia finally beat them. I don't know why I remember that. It was one of those Friday games before Ohio State, Michigan, which are my favorite rivalry weekend. The Friday before that Saturday is actually the great.
Oh yeah. Right after Thanksgiving, you get those early.
You just sit, eat leftovers, and watch like the Virginia Techs, the other NC rivalry, NC State, North Carolina, Louisville, Kentucky is normally sometimes on that Friday. Iowa, Nebraska.
Apple Cup.
Apple Cup is normally that night.
Mississippi State will miss.
Well, that's on Thursday.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, it's the before the Saturday. Sure.
Yeah. My other two sleeper teams, Georgia Tech's being talked up more and more every year, or each week, every day as the season gets closer, and I think I'm buying into the hype too. They have I think 4 games that are going to be really tough, and I think they'll be able to take 2 of the 4, which I think doing that will set them 9-3, just right there at a tiebreaker for the ACC championship game. They got to play. They get Clemson at home in week 3, which will be awesome for them. They have to go to Duke. They get Pitt at home, and they play a neutral site game against Georgia. I think those are the 4 games all year that will determine their season. I think they'll split them, go 2-2, and finish the season 9-3, just as a tiebreaker for the ACC championship, the second spot. And then Duke, I just mentioned them a second ago. They have a favorable schedule that I think they'll be able to work. They play the last 4 games of the year. They'll play UConn, Virginia, North Carolina, and Wake Forest. That would set them up in a prime opportunity to capitalize some late season wins if they're just able to kind of scoop by these teams. They play Illinois week 2, which will be tough. I think they that game, and I think they lose to Clemson as well. And then there's a little hiccup game there against Syracuse. I think Syracuse might jump up and bite them, but I do think Duke will also be 9-3 this season in the ACC. So, do you want to give your most disappointing team for this season for the ACC?
Yeah, I could see SMU falling.
If you want
off.
to think of one, I can go.
Huh?
I said, if you want to think of one, I can go for you.
No, I like to do it off the dome. I don't prepare. I just know. I think maybe SMU. I don't know. I just don't see them living up to the hype they had last year. They had a lot of close games last year. Yeah. And I also think that conference was as weak as it'll maybe ever be last year.
I don't hate the pick. I don't have them being. What were they last year? 11-1 or 11-2 after the ACC?
Maybe 11-2 after the game.
I have them 8-4 this year, which for them is probably.
I mean, that's great for them, but yeah, this year to last year.
Definitely when you're like, we were this close last year, where you think we can take a step up. I don't know. I think teams have gotten better in this conference. My most disappointing team, as far as what they're accustomed to seeing over the last, I'd say 10, 15 years, NC State. I don't like their schedule this year. Last year was a letdown. I think they went about 6-6. I don't even know if they made a bowl game. That might have been even less than that. I have them going 4-8 this year, finishing 13th in the conference, and it'd just be tough. They haven't really done much recently. They have to play now that your rival, the big brother in the state, they get Bill Belichick. They're getting all the money, their NIL deals. They're getting people to look at them. NC State had high hopes 4 years ago in 2021. They were supposed to be a playoff contender. That was actually one of Danny's Final Four playoff teams in 2021.
Yeah,
unfortunately, you had a great upset win against Clemson. 4 years ago?
Yeah, 21.
That's been their highlight since. They haven't really done much since then. So
they get one win where they just throw their jerseys out there. That's it.
Yeah.
They start the season East Carolina, tough. Virginia, tough. Wake Forest, tough. Duke's not a gimme. Virginia Tech's definitely not a gimme. Then they play Campbell Soup.
Notre Dame,
tough. Pitt's going to be good this year.
Yep. Georgia Tech,
I think, is a big, raise your eyebrows at.
Yep.
Miami's going to fall off, but in terms of NC State, Miami's good. Florida State's going to have a bounce back, and that's at the end of the year. I think Florida State could be one of those teams where week 1 through 5 is not the same as week 5 through 12.
Yeah, they're just out there trying to take people's seasons away.
Yeah.
What's
a good season if you're Florida State? You make a bowl game? After last year?
Last year, they got 2-10.
How many people did they lose in the portal? Yeah, they went 2-10. They beat
I mean, here's the thing. They lost the players in the portal. That could be a good thing. The players they had last year were not good.
Right.
Or they didn't know how to play them right or something. Something wasn't right. I have Florida State going 7-5 this year. I think it's a turnaround they need. I think for them mentally, I think Mike Norvell needs probably 7-5, 8-4. 8-4, I think they'd be sitting, okay, we're set up in a good spot. People, you're more willing, you could sell players on wanting to come play for you, being 8-4. Be like, hey, we just need a couple more pieces, and we think we're right there contending for a playoff.
Like Florida State's got a chance. Oh, man.
They play Alabama,
yeah,
East Texas A&M, so there's a win. Then you get a bye week. Then you play Kent State, Virginia, Miami, Pitt. You have to go all the way to Stanford after playing Miami. You get a bye week. You play Wake Forest. You got to go to Clemson. You get Virginia Tech at home, and then you get NC State, and then at Florida.
4 wins?
I said 7.
It all depends on that portal, but right now I see the East Texas, Kent State, Stanford,
I gave them Virginia. I said
NC State 4. I mean, everything else they're going to have to prove it.
I think Wake Forest isn't good this year. I think Wake Forest will be a dog walk for them.
You know what? I'm calling this now. Florida State beats Miami.
You said Florida State beats Miami?
Florida State beats Miami October 4th.
I'd love to sit down and go through schedules with you. I'd love to show you just all my predictions. We wouldn't have enough time on the podcast, but I'll have to show you them. I do have them losing to Alabama, Miami, Pittsburgh, Clemson, and Florida. That's my 5 losses for Florida State this year.
I think the fact that Miami goes down in Tallahassee October 4th. Chat. Yeah, I called all the upsets last year on October 5th. I'm calling them this year on October.
You did. So we've given our surprise pick, surprise team, and our disappointing team. I think that should lead into our conference championship prediction. So give us who's playing in your title game, Daniel.
I think no matter how you look at it, Clemson's there. I could see like a Pitt having a crazy year. You know what? I'm going to Clemson, Pitt, and Clemson wins.
You're on Clemson, Pitt.
Clemson wins.
Clemson wins.
Louisville finishes 3rd. Louisville's just going to freaking fumble the ball against, like, fucking – we're going to lose to Stanford. We're going to beat Clemson. We're going to beat Kentucky, and we're going to lose to Stanford. And then, the other 2 losses that we're going to have on the year.
Can I give you my prediction for Louisville?
Yeah, I would love to hear it.
I have them 9-3.
Okay.
You'll go 5-3 in conference. Okay. I have them losing at Pittsburgh, at Miami,
okay,
and then Clemson.
We're winning one of those.
I just feel like Clemson's going to be hungry. They're going to be that kind of buzzsaw that you hit at the worst time. That could happen. You could beat Clemson, but then you know who you get right after Clemson?
A loss, yeah.
You turn around and you go to SMU.
Yeah, it happens every year with Brom. I saw it coming. Stanford last year, Pitt the year before. We beat Notre Dame. Just killed them. 30-20 or 33-20. And we were up 20 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
What did we do on a Friday night against a 2-4 Pitt? You lose. It was a sloppy game, but you lose after running the ball and stuffing Notre Dame, which is way better than Pitt, front 7. You lost to them, and then what do you do? What do you do? What do you do after you beat Clemson at Clemson? You just fucking rout them. I mean, me and Trey were in my living room just freaking pounding Coca-Colas, right? Just that year, Trey, that was a hell of a day for me. Ohio State beats Penn State. With 5 minutes to go, you just drive. Penn State never gets the ball back. Smash mouth football. Then my Cardinals march down to Death Valley and shut them up. They're Quiet Valley now. And then what do? You blow a 14-point lead at Stanford and lose on a like 40-yard field goal. Mind you, that field goal should have been 55. Then we get a unsportsmanlike or pass interference or something stupid. They get 15 yards. Now it's a manageable kick, and they fucking drill it. I was so mad.
I would like to say I called that last year.
Yeah, it's what Braun does. It's like the Urban Meyer. It's like, oh shit. The only difference is Urban would lose like one game and then compete for a national championship. Braun is like loses that, and that one game puts us out of the playoff.
Would you rather have Braun or would you rather have someone that might not win any of those big games?
No, I like Braun.
And you'd be like 6-6 the whole time.
Yeah. Before Braun, a great season was 8-4.
Yeah, with like Lamar.
Yeah, with Lamar, we were struggling.
Yeah,
it was the same thing. We lost all the big games back then. I mean, we are Louisville. Like Lamar almost beat Clemson. I think that was a 3-5 in like the middle of October. I think Louisville was 5-0 facing like a 4-1 Clemson or a 5-0 Clemson. I think that's the peak Louisville. Like that's like up there with the Teddy Bridgewater winning over Florida in the Sugar Bowl. Like that. I think Louisville. At Louisville, if they make the playoffs, oh my god.
Besides, well, my ACC matchup.
Also, how many ACCs are getting in then?
I only have the champion.
Okay, that's fair. I agree.
So I guess this would be a bold prediction for me. For whatever reason, I went through every schedule. Power 4. I have so many 9-3 teams. So many. And I don't think the ACC will have the strength of schedule that the Big Ten and the SEC will. So I don't think – so like my two teams in the ACC championship game is going to be Clemson at 11-1 and then Miami at 9-3. I don't have Miami clearly ahead of the next two people over them. I have Duke, Georgia Tech, and Louisville all sitting there at 9-3 as well. But I just don't see – there's like tiebreakers to go into it. So I have Miami again there sneaking in. It's just – I think Miami's good enough to make a playoff, but I don't think the committee will be putting them there. I think they're improved. I like Carson Beck as a player. He's kind of a douche, but he's kind of the starlight's on him now. At Georgia, it was like you had so many expectations for him. This year, it's just we just want to be better than what we've been. Yeah. We want to be able to win like close games because last year they had to score 60 every game or else they were going to lose.
I'm about to say if Miami doesn't have a better offense or a defense than last year, they're not going to be better than what they were last year.
Oh, I agree. I think they'll be worse, but
worse because I think Carson Beck's a better. No, I don't. I think Carson Beck's a great quarterback, but Cam Ward can just win you those games, whereas Carson Beck is more of like a game manager. He just doesn't have the fuck it, I'm gonna go win. Like give me 6 plays and a score.
I will say I think Miami has a very difficult schedule. Like they'll play Notre Dame, Florida State, Louisville, SMU, Virginia Tech, and Pitt. Those are not easy games. Yeah. I do have them winning in week 1 against Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's coming off. I think Notre Dame's first 2 games will be a championship hangover, like championship game hangover, I guess I would say.
Notre Dame?
Yeah. I have them losing to Miami and Texas A&M and then running the table again. Kind of similar to last year, how they lose to NIU and they just won the rest of their games. Well, this year it'll only be the first 2 losses and then you run the table. But besides the point, Danny, are you taking Clemson or Pittsburgh as your ACC championship or ACC champion?
I think Clemson's 2 steps above the next best in the ACC, but I also don't know if Pitt's the next best in the ACC. Like I could see like 3 teams being there. Like I think Louisville's good enough. I think Louisville's the same level as Pitt, but also Louisville just like ACC and Big 12. You're gonna have those teams where like going into like November 22nd, like with like the week before rivalry. It's gonna be like an 8-way tie, and it's gonna play itself out. But like, there's so many teams that it's like the NFL. It's like when you're bound to lose 1 or 2 that you are actually better than, because every week is just a buzz.
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
Just a little fun comparison thing. I'm taking the second favorite in the Big 12 and the ACC. Who do you think would win? Would you rather have Arizona State or Miami? If they played 1-1, who would win that game? I think that's the true telltale sign of how deep. I know Sam Leavitt's awesome. I think he's got NFL scout kind of quarterback talent. It's going to be tough for them. You go down in each of these conferences, I think they're just like as even as you can get. They're like very similar conferences. They're a great tier 2, like Power 4 conferences.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, ACC and Big 12 are on a different wavelength. They're all going to be tight, and then when they get to the playoffs, both of their representatives are going to be first round.
I am also taking Clemson to beat Miami in the ACC championship game. I think this Clemson team is just too good. It's very much like the Michigan 2023 team, Ohio State's 2024 team last year. It's all in for this year. Cade Klubnik's an underrated quarterback. People are talking about him now because all the big quarterbacks last year are gone. He's got to take the step up. I have them going 11-0 to start the year and then losing the last game in the regular season to South Carolina.
They're at South Carolina.
Yeah, right. Tough. And I think South Carolina's desperate because I don't think they'll have a 11-0 record like they will. Yeah.
I disagree with that. I think Clemson goes 11-1 with their one loss being on the road to Louisville. I think South Carolina, I'm going to say it now, South Carolina's overrated. I'm tired of everybody getting on the bandwagon. South Carolina, Lenore Sellers, they got the Stewart guy.
Dylan Stewart.
And Lenoris, which they had both of them last year. And they're so up and down. And I don't see them surviving through a season. I think they're 8-4.
I'm not too far off that, but you'll see.
They're not beating Clemson because Clemson. I think that rivalry game is a very 10-year war-ish thing going on right now. I think South Carolina's got the last two. Clemson had a couple before that. I think that game is the opposite of what you think.
Yeah. So ACC, we both have Clemson going to the playoff as, what'd you say? You said 12-1?
Yeah, 12-1.
I also have 12-1. Moving on, Big 12. Disappointed team first. Who's your most disappointed team for the Big 12 in 2025?
Disappointing? I could see you answering this question first, and then I can look at the Big 12.
I can give you a couple that I don't think is going to be happy with what they got. I think UCF's going to be disappointed with the first year of the Scott Frost tenure.
And Baylor's
they claimed a national championship with the guy, and in the first year back with him,
War Damn Eagles, baby. Claim them all. Claim them all.
I think they only get 4 wins. You want me to read their schedule to you?
Who?
They play UCF. They play Jacksonville State. They play NC, North Carolina, A&T. And then get ready for this gauntlet of a stretch. You play Bill Belichick and North Carolina. You go to Kansas State. You get Kansas at home. Go to Cincinnati. Get West Virginia at home. And then you get Baylor, Houston, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and BYU. And by UCF standards, they might be able to take a couple of those games. I think that I could be wrong but I have them losing to Houston. I think they could beat them. It's just how much do you buy in to something that hasn't been working in the last few years? You get the new coach. I think they start out 2-0, but I see a lot of losses for this UCF Golden Knights team. Another one, I don't think we'll be happy with what they're at and the spot they're in. It might lead to a coach retiring. I don't believe in Oklahoma State this year again. I think it's a rocky tenure. Mike Gundy, I get it. When expectations are low, that's when he performs the best.
He's in every third or fourth year, and it's the third or fourth year. They haven't been good since 21. Well, 22 they were decent.
I understand. My thing is, it's like a new era. It doesn't seem to me like there's teams in this era that you can rather get players to transfer to your team, or you're getting your best players transferred out of your team. I think they lost a lot in the portal this year. I don't think they replenished it with a lot. They lost Ollie Gordon. He's not coming back. As disappointed as he was, I don't see high hopes for Oklahoma State in 2025.
I don't. I can see the UCF. Houston doesn't really have much to prove, so I don't think they can be disappointing.
No.
I think most of them are fine. I keep wanting to say FSMU, but they're not even in.
They feel like a Big 12 team every time I look at them.
I mean, they're right. They're a football threat from TCU, who's like the heart of the Big 12.
What about West Virginia? Do you have high hopes for Rich Rod in his first year?
You know what? West Virginia is my most disappointing, just because of their coach. Fuck Rich Rod.
They play Robert Morris, Ohio University, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Utah, BYU, UCF.
Hey, did you hear what they're doing with the OU game? Because it's at OU. Ohio.
Yeah.
Apparently, the West Virginia people are buying a bunch of season tickets. That way, they can control and sell it back to West Virginia.
Interesting. That's desperate. That's desperate to beat a MAC school. MAC champion. I'll give you a MAC champion.
Don't go on the road to MAC and win. Mostly because, mostly
credit to West Virginia for scheduling that tough of an out-of-conference game. I mean, you see the Indianas of the world scheduling Old Dominion.
Go on the road to
you're going on the road
State
to the MAC champions.
Oh, shit. Ohio, not Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know what? Ohio's going to beat them. Watch it. Watch it.
Oh, I don't know.
That's going to be has Ohio ever rushed the field?
Probably.
That'd be one to rush.
But they
I saw the comment.
I'm a man. I'm 40. We need Trevor in here. My voice doesn't work for that tonight.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
There you go. But yeah,
don't come after these kids.
Backyard brawl. West Virginia gets it at home. That's a bright spot. If they can win that game, maybe that turns the season around for them right from the get-go. But you lost your best running back. You lost a lot of people in the portal. Who is it? Garrett Green. He's gone.
Yeah, their quarterback.
He's still there. I don't remember. I just don't.
Is West Virginia a dead stadium?
Dead?
Yeah, like it doesn't seem like it should be scary to play at, but it just doesn't.
It should be.
In that backyard brawl, Pitt, who plays at the Steelers Stadium, which is NFL, which should not be more like vibe-wise scarier than a college, but it is. Pitt college games are cool. Yeah. I don't know how they do it because they play in an NFL stadium. I don't know if anybody else can do that, but
I don't know.
The city could be a cool college. I
think also that Pittsburgh, they've been kind of consistently like 8-4, 7-5 range.
They're good enough to watch them.
The Neil Brown era for West Virginia was not present.
Well, glad we have our favorite fan back in the chat.
We have the Bastard Wise Dog back for 2025. Why isn't Ryan Day fired yet?
He just won a national championship?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You asked me that question on December 1st, I'm all with you. You asked me that January 21st, I'm all out.
Yeah. Some of us were never out.
Sure.
Most surprising Big 12 team this year, Daniel.
Most surprising
Big 12 team. I can go again if you need help.
Wait, it's cooking. Oh, yeah. Baylor Bears. Watch out.
Nothing else with them?
Watch out. All their students are wearing yellow in the student section this year. New thing they're doing.
They're calling it the highlighter section.
They're also all running onto the field, like all the students. New thing. That's a new thing.
You took mine because I'm also taking Baylor.
You know why I took it? Because of the freaking game.
The video game.
Now my Tigers got it done on the second try.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Baylor's another one. The Big 12, everybody takes turns. Every third season, teams are good. And Baylor and Oklahoma State, I think, are on the same universe. I think both are going to be 8-4 and better.
TCU.
You know what? I think Baylor plays Arizona State for the Big 12 championship.
You're just jumping the gun.
Yep.
I also picking Baylor for my surprise team of the year. I like Sawyer Robertson a lot. Dave Miranda, he's kind of been under the radar the last year at least. They had a shot. Yeah, it's going downhill. They had a shot to play in the Big 12 championship game last year. If not for the Hail Mary with Travis Hunter. And then Baylor was this close to scoring the touchdown that would have put him there. Travis Hunter's head goes on the running back's right on the running back holding the ball, fumble at the goal line. Colorado wins that game, kept out of the playoff, or at least a chance for the playoff. But this year, I don't think that's the case. I think they beat Auburn in week 1. I think they beat most of the big dogs. The losses I have for them is at SMU, at TCU, and then with 3 weeks left in the season, I would lose to Utah. I have them 9-3. And you just gave your Big 12 championship game prediction. Yeah. You said that. I'm looking right at my paper. I also have Baylor and Arizona State. So how great this is that we're agreeing on at least Clemson now and then Baylor and Arizona State. Let me count it here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 schools in the Big 12 will be separated by 1 game.
Yeah,
I have
agree more.
5 schools that are 9-3, and I have 4 schools that are 8-4. They will beat up on each other left and right. It's like you get lucky one weekend. Your audio sounds like Machine Gun. Yeah, that's probably my fan.
No, every minute for like 5 seconds it goes. It's hard to understand what you want to say.
Yeah, it's probably my
right there. It just went, and now it's back.
It's back.
There was no English word spoken once I pointed at you until I told you.
How's that? Any better?
I mean, we won't know. There's no way of knowing.
That's true.
30 seconds from now, you might do it again.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right, first game of the season.
We go back. Yeah, it's preseason for us.
Yeah.
It's week 0. So you have Baylor, Arizona State, just like I do. Who do you have winning?
I have ASU again.
Speak the King's English. We'll keep going. I have Baylor.
Oh, okay. So
surprise team. Yeah, we're a little different here. I like Baylor this year. I think the playoff missed opportunity last year. We get our first 9-3 official team into the playoff with Baylor in my prediction. Either way, it'll be a 10-3 school at the end of that. But yeah, I like Baylor a lot this year. I'm high on them. I picked them in the new dynasty we're doing. I think it'll be fun to play with them, get to know them. But yeah, I'm riding high with the Baylor Bears this year. And that might be my favorite conference by far to watch, other than Ohio State, obviously, the Big Ten.
Fun fact, my NCAA team for a lot, maybe the most team I ever played as, is just weird, but Arizona State. I don't know why. I don't know why I played as them so much.
Maybe we'll have to create a little Big 12 rivalry just with an off second fandom this year.
But forks up, baby. Tempe, Arizona, great party town.
Yeah. Before we get into the 2 big ones, do we want to give our Notre Dame prediction? Just because they're not in those conferences, so they can't really do much. Do you think that they're going to make the playoff again?
They're in the playoffs.
Do you think they make what do you think the record is? Have you seen the schedule?
I'm looking at it.
I had it a second ago. I don't know where I put it.
You find it.
Oh, I found it.
All right. Go. I'll rattle them off.
All right. Notre Dame coming off a national championship appearance and loss. Close. They had a good run, good comeback. It'll be week 1. They play Miami in Miami on a Sunday night. Are you going to just say win or loss as I go, or you want me to read the whole thing? So you're saying win for Notre Dame. I had them losing.
Okay.
Week 2, a bye week. Week 3, they'll play Texas A&M at home. Then here's where they can strain together a bunch of wins. Okay?
I got them 2-0.
I have them losing that game as well. So I'll have them 0-2 to start the year. Then you get Purdue.
Win 3.
Sleeper trap game is at Arkansas. I
got lost in that one. I got a loss.
I don't think Arkansas is going to be the best SEC team by any means. I actually have them as one of the worst, but they can jump up and bite you. Tennessee proved that last year. Then they play tough game. These next 3 all at home. You get Boise State.
Win.
NC State.
Win.
USC. And then there's a bye week.
I got 2 losses.
So you have them losing to USC and Arkansas. And then you have the bye week, and then you have a final 5-game stretch of 5 games that you absolutely should win.
Okay.
They go at Boston College.
Win.
Navy.
Win.
At home. Go to Pittsburgh.
Win.
That's tough.
Yeah, but this is a different level. This is a different tier.
Syracuse at home. And you have to go to Stanford.
Win. 2 losses. Funny where our 2 losses come from, though. I think both of their losses will be trap games.
I don't really.
It's not really a trap game. I just think USC beats them. They played them well last year.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see what they got.
That one is in South Bend, though. So
yeah. Shout out Wise Dog. Says he'll be at the Purdue Notre Dame game. Arkansas upset. I was this close to picking it, but I think they do make the playoffs, and I think it's more likely that Miami and A&M will be able to give them a tougher game. Arkansas, though, they could jump up and bite them. It wouldn't shock me. I'm going to be. I'll see how they look in the first few weeks, and then I might switch up my mind, but we'll see. Do you want to go to the SEC or the Big Ten?
Let's finish with the Big Ten.
So SEC next.
Yeah.
All right. The Southeastern Conference. After having what a lot of people considered last year as a letdown, would you agree with that? Because I don't know if I would 100% agree with it.
You had 2 teams in the playoff. 3.
They're disappointed to where it ended, maybe. Like Georgia and Alabama, they didn't do what people thought they would.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe disappointed.
The best they had.
They got to the playoffs, but I think Georgia didn't do anything. Texas was fine. They represented well, and then Tennessee.
They did what they were supposed to. Tennessee kind of overachieved.
And one good. Or one average. So, yeah, I guess it was a letdown. But, look, I mean, the Big Ten is running college football ever since it changed. The last 2 or 3 years is just different. So,
yeah. They play more professional football there, you know? Kind of.
Once you're allowed to pay everybody, like Saban paying all his national champions.
You're on that train now?
Panicking. You see Auburn realizing, like, we're never going to win again. Go claim 7 titles. Just pick years. Also, if I looked at all of those titles that they want to claim, literally all but like one, and it's really a tie.
Yeah.
If you compare who actually got the title versus what, and then they want to take, they don't match up at with 3 of them. But they have a worse record in like every one.
Plus, what's the point of claiming them? You didn't have the memories of winning one. You don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest though, like in 1954, you just kind of like who got the natty.
Yeah,
they win.
Like,
but at the same time, you can't do that if you were a 2-loss team.
Then they claimed 2004 when USC won.
Powerhouse USC. No,
you weren't beating them.
Also,
they didn't get a chance to play for it, but you weren't going to beat them.
You cannot claim after 97 because there was a game.
Yeah.
There was
you
a
didn't
game.
get there. You didn't get there. You didn't do enough to prove.
Claim.
Yeah. Anyway, SEC. We're starting. The wheels are falling off as we continue, but we power through. 55 minutes in.
Yeah, we gotta.
We'll try to wrap it up within 25 minutes. Here we go. The SEC, Daniel,
Yes.
the most disappointing team in the Southeastern Conference for 2025 to you will be blank.
Alabama. I don't see them bouncing back. I think how I take disappointing is expectations meeting what happens. I think they miss the playoffs again.
Does it matter the record for you? Because if there's like a jumble mess of 9-3 schools or 8-4 schools or 10-2 schools,
I think. Are you asking why they're my most disappointing?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think disappointing for me, how I take it, is if I was a fan of that school, what I see on the field versus what I expect as a fan. I think Alabama expects championships, and I think the distance they'll be from a championship to what they will be is more disappointing than like an 8-4 expectation of South Carolina if they would have went 6-6.
Yeah.
Like I think Bama is going to be far enough away from that championship that it's November and you're like, wow, we're done. I don't think Kalen DeBoer is a good fit there. I also think he was set up for failure. I don't think anybody does good after a GOAT.
It's kind of impossible.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Keep talking.
All right. The bastard wise dog came in and he said he thinks Florida and Auburn and then maybe Tennessee. My thing is with Tennessee is you let your starting 5-star quarterback walk out the door, which I'm okay with. Like, if you don't want to pay a guy because you don't think he's worth it, by all means, don't pay him. With that, you have to temper your expectations. So with Tennessee, you now have to look at it as disappointing being 7-5, because with all the defensive players you lost your starting running back a year ago. You still have Brew McCoy, which is a great wide receiver. You're replacing your starting quarterback with a guy who was doing okay at App State last year, and Joey Aguilar. So, especially against the schedule they have, where they're going to play teams like Georgia, you play Alabama, you play Oklahoma, and you'll play Florida. I have them going 8-4 this year. I think if you're a Tennessee fan, you should be ecstatic with an 8-4 school or 8-4 season. Anything above that, I think it's just the cherry on top and a big middle finger straight to Nico, because him walking out the door expecting that much money, it's insane. And I don't think UCLA is going to fare him well at all. I don't think Tennessee makes playoffs either. I think they're going to be far from it. 8-4, when you're going to have teams that are 10-2, 11-1, 9-3, it's going to be a long way the way. I think Tennessee loses to Georgia. I think they lose to Alabama, Oklahoma, and Florida. It's going to be a rough year if you're expecting another playoff year. I just don't think it's going to happen. Talking about Tennessee and being disappointing, was saying what is the expectations to be disappointed with?
Yeah, no, I think Tennessee not making the playoffs is not disappointing.
I think
you kind of got upended. You lost a lot last year. I think this year you 8-4 as a Tennessee fan, I'd be golf clapping it.
That's what I just said. I said I'd be ecstatic. 8-4, I'd be very happy with. 7-5,
because then that keeps you right there for next year. Tennessee's about getting through this year.
7-5, I'd be like, all right, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. We lost starting quarterback, lost starting running back, best defensive player's gone.
Right.
Kind of just get left in the mud.
Yeah.
If you're saying they go 5-7, that's disappointing. I'd be okay. Now we got to figure something out.
Yeah, you got to make a bowl game, and I think 7-5 is. I think you're spot on. I think 7-5 is. 8-4 is okay. Expected it at anything over 8. I think it's
8-4. If I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm happy. Josh Heupel knows what we're doing. We're happy. He said, "F you to Nico. Go get your bag somewhere else."
Yeah.
9-3. Oh my God, that's perfect. And maybe you surprise another win against Bama this year, or Georgia, or Florida. You want me to read their schedule?
Yeah.
They play Syracuse.
Win.
Not an easy win. Not an easy win.
Tricky game.
Neutral site, I will say. I think it's in maybe New Orleans or
Weird.
Atlanta.
That's weird.
But they play East Tennessee State. Win. Georgia at home.
Loss.
Probably lost, yeah. UAB.
Okay.
At Mississippi State. You get a bye week. And then you get Arkansas at home. So I think they start the season 5-1.
Jesus, yeah.
5-1.
Tennessee. Hold on.
This way. Now here, don't get excited here.
Okay. Come on. One loss, Tennessee. Come on.
At Alabama.
You know what? That's their season. It's
at Bama, though. They don't perform well at Bama. They do not perform well at Bama.
Until they do. Not until they do. They didn't play that bad against Bama 2 years ago. There's a lot of turnovers.
Alabama's going to be juiced up for it. So after at Alabama, you go at Kentucky. Should be a win, right? One of those games, it's rather
they're going 1-1 against Bama.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's rather they beat Bama, lose that game, or they lose Bama, beat Kentucky.
I think I'd rather beat Bama and get upset because
I don't know.
You still have that high where it's like we beat Bama back to back for the first time since what, the 90s?
Losing to Kentucky though,
that's
as bad as it gets. They might be the worst.
Yeah, no, they're not. Kentucky's going to be like the worst team in the SEC this year.
And then after at Kentucky, you go at Mississippi State. Oh wait, that's the wrong team. Wrong team. You go at Kentucky. You get Oklahoma at home.
Okay.
And then you have New Mexico State at Florida, Vanderbilt. I said 8-4.
9-3.
I said 8-4.
I'm gonna give them 9-3. They're gonna lose one they should.
I have them losing. I have them losing to Florida, Oklahoma, Bama.
If Oklahoma upgrades like how they think they will, then yeah, they'll definitely lose to Oklahoma.
Oh, shout out Scored We're watching for us baseball fans. Nationals beating the Mets right now 2-0. That's big. Reds are
the Nationals are beating them?
Right now. Reds are a game out of the playoffs. Wild cards speaking. That's huge. They come on in about an hour and a half. Definitely going to watch that. Hopefully we can get the sweep of the Angels.
I'm about to say, if we can get back from the West, anything above 500.
That'd be huge.
I think if we come back from the West, which is a sidetrack I'll get off of in like 30 seconds. If we come back from out West and we're above 500 at all, I think we have a chance to jump the Mets.
Oh, 100%. Mets have been down the line.
Yeah. They're like 4-6 in their last 10. Fucking suck.
Besides, did you give your most disappointing team?
Of the SEC?
You said Bama. That's right. I didn't give mine. Most disappointing. Depends how you look at it. If it's going based on record, Ole Miss having the roster they did last year and not making the playoffs. There was a lot of coaches last year, you see reports about that. They thought Ole Miss had the second best talent roster in college football behind Ohio State last year. And you missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's not even like you were close to it. I see your thing. So, yeah, Ole Miss most disappointing team. So we'll go SEC championship game matchup and then prediction.
Okay. I think Florida plays Texas. I think Texas beats them.
Okay.
DJ Lagway, baby.
You're buying into the stock.
Buying into the stock. The stock showed that it's raising last year.
You can still buy now. You can still buy right now. As if they lose week, whatever it is.
Sure.
I'm taking LSU playing Texas.
LSU's going
to championship game.
They do everything.
LSU winning the SEC championship. I have Texas being 11-1, playing 9-3. Like I said, didn't give a shout out. My surprise team, it will be Vandy, Arkansas. That's funny. I do have Missouri as my surprise team. I have their record being 10-2 this year, missing the SEC championship game because of the out of non-conference game LSU has with Clemson. I think that messes up the overall record, but I like Missouri a lot this year. But just me missing out over LSU.
Yeah, but don't they have like a whack easy schedule?
Yeah, it goes UCA, whoever that is, Kansas, Louisiana, South Carolina, UMass. So if you just take the game from Kansas and South Carolina, you'll be 5-0. A little tough in the middle. You get Bama, at Auburn, at Vanderbilt. You get A&M, Mississippi State, at Oklahoma, at Arkansas. So it's not the most gimme schedule in the world. I just think they upset Bama early.
Oh, Central Arkansas, AJ.
Okay, there. Thank you. I think they upset Bama early, and take a couple losses at the end of the year to A&M and then Oklahoma, and that's their season. But I wouldn't be surprised if they made the SEC championship game. But I have LSU beating Texas. If that happens, Texas beating Missouri, and Missouri gets in. But LSU is my official pick. We'll move on to the Big Ten real quick. Danny's got a time crunch.
Yeah.
Busy man. He has a lady for the 2025.
Busy man. I'm just a busy man.
Yeah. Shout out, Rick.
Rick.
Shout out Rick Torrio.
Rick Torrio.
All right, Big Ten. We'll just jump. Go surprise team. Who's your surprise team in the Big Ten this year?
Surprise team is.
I think we're gonna have pretty similar ones.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do
you like Nebraska this year? Are you on that hype train?
Yeah, because his third year is magical. Yeah, Nebraska. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. I'll say this just to give, that way I'm not too chalk. Illinois, don't buy into it. They're overrated, just like South Carolina. Illinois and South Carolina are the same thing. Different conferences. All hype, and it's not going to pan out.
Imagine they both pan out.
Well, then I would be dead wrong.
All right, I'm gonna list off my surprise teams this year. I have, let's see. Ooh, here we go. Nebraska, I have 10-2. USC, I have 9-3. Washington, 9-3. Oregon, 9-3. Illinois, 9-3. Iowa, 8-4. Indiana, 8-4. Minnesota, 8-4. My championship game pick. Sorry, I didn't. Did I say Michigan? I have Michigan 9-3 as well. Yeah, that's just.
I honestly, I probably agree with that. I said that they roll into Ohio State.
Do you have any comments about any team I said with their record?
No. Doesn't Indiana have another easier year though, schedule wise?
They do, but I have them with 4 losses. They play Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. They should be 3-0. Then you get Illinois at home. Illinois is going to be tough early in the season. I think Illinois will be able to upset them. Then you go to Iowa. You get a bye week. You play at Oregon. Okay? That's 3 games you might very well lose in a span of 4 weeks. You get Michigan State, UCLA, Maryland. Should win all of those games. Then the biggest one of the season is at Penn State. You got to go to Iowa, to Oregon, to Penn State. I don't think they're going to do anything with that. So I have them at 8-4. I don't trust Indiana this year. I like Minnesota and Iowa to bounce back this year. I think Nebraska does find their way in the playoff. Just a little spoiler for next week's episode when we do our full playoff prediction. But I do have Penn State, Ohio State kind of chalk in the Big Ten championship game, and I'm going to take Penn State to win that over the Buckeyes. Do you have your championship matchup? Is it the same as mine?
I didn't even hear you. I got Ohio State.
Penn State?
Yeah. I hate the idea of playing them twice. I just hate it.
I have them.
I heard Joel Klatt say something that just, ew. But I mean, it works out for us, but we still have to suffer the loss and still not get. He said, I don't know if you listened, but he said Ohio State beats Penn State regular season, loses to Penn State at the Big Ten championship, beats them in the playoff. I think he had them in the Final Four together.
Interesting. Yeah, I have Penn State's only loss being to us, and I have Ohio State going 10-2 with losses at the beginning and the end. Bookends of the year.
Yeah.
Going 10-2. 8-1 in the conference. So if we're both 8-1, then we'd be the home team in the Big Ten championship game, which would be kind of funny, beating them and then that happening. But yeah, I'll take Penn State. So in retrospect, my 4 champions in the Power 4 is Clemson in the ACC, Big 12 Baylor, Big 10 Penn State, and the SEC I'm taking LSU. Should be a fun season as far as them. Do you have your 4?
Yeah, I got Arizona State winning the Big 12.
Clemson.
Clemson winning the ACC. I got Ohio State winning the Big 10.
I think you said Penn State.
Oh. No, I was telling you what Joe Klatt said.
Got it. And Texas?
Yeah, Texas SEC, Big 10, Ohio State, moving west, Big 12, Arizona State, and then what's the conference I'm forgetting? Moving back east. Yeah.
Well, it's a good week 0 episode. Maybe next week we'll have Trevor and Connor back on.
We'll see. Right here, this is the duo.
Yeah, this is the
show.
all the ball knowledge you need. We got our diplomas from the Ball Knowers University.
We started this shit.
We did. Coming up on a year ago. It was sometime September. I think it was like week 4. It was right when Indiana started winning. And we were like, oh, maybe a surprise playoff team. And then SMU we also mentioned. So we were ahead of the curve. Boise State 2.
11 Indiana.
Get out of here. But that is week 0. Should be a fun first weekend. Next week we'll have full season predictions.
This time next week?
Yeah, we'll do Wednesday. Maybe we'll do Wednesday shows. Maybe we'll do that,
It's good because you can recap, but you can also look forward and it's bada boom, bada boom. That was Shadur.
Maybe this time next week, the Reds are in a playoff spot. One can dream. We'll see. That's the point. Hour and 12 minutes, week 0, first podcast in the books. We don't know ball.
We don't.
Season 2's here. Week 0 is upon us. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Peace, y'all.